awkward transition ever. Can we do it? Booms, hold me. We're going live. Boom,
Okay, we're going in. We're going
boom,
live.
boom. I think we're good, brother. I think we're
All
good.
right, good. Awkward transition. Gotta love it. Wow. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this thing on? Because, ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show. It's half morning show. It's pretty much all BS. And of course, you got me, the sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. That's right. Boom, boom. Here's shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there live in a CD motel room in Roppongi, Japan, brother.
Nothing much. Good news. It might not be working. Oh, it's working. I hope.
Oh, it's totally working.
Is it working on your end? Oh, nice. I
Well,
think
I'm
it's
gonna
working.
find out as soon as this damn ad gets out of my way. But how you
I did. Do you think there's gonna be any technical difficulties? Never. Never in a million years.
never, never.
I think we might be good. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah,
Booms.
we're up, we're alive.
Booms.
In the
Seriously,
color.
dude. I was retired. I was a Twitch streamer, just twitching away, playing some hockey, living happily ever after with the internet infantry that made the jump to Twitch. And then you came on the podcast and you're like, Dave Koco is never gonna do pro wrestling again. I don't know what the message was, but then my Twitter machine, my everything that could possibly happen blew up. So there you go.
Hmm.
Oh man, super excited. I don't know if it's working, brother. I think it might not be working.
Oh, it's working. We're
Okay, well
live
then we're
now.
good.
I'm
We're
looking
good.
right
I'm
at
gonna
it.
stop looking at it.
Oh,
I'm
I'm
just gonna
looking right
pretend
at
it's
it.
working. I'm just gonna pretend.
And
Let's
just,
just walk away, pretend
and,
it's working. Go on.
yeah, and just remember, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So I'd like to thank all the members of the internet infantry for being that squeaky wheel and getting Dave back here in front of the camera like he should be instead of playing hockey.
I do love me some hockey though. I named the show Hockey AM. That's when you knew. That's when you knew I wasn't coming back on Wrestle AM.
Mhm.
I was just like, we're done. So yeah, so super excited to be here, super ready. You got some pro wrestling news, and guess what, Booms? I got 5 days off, so I might do some more pro wrestling. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. What's going on in the world of pro wrestling? All good news? Nothing horrible happening?
That's debatable, but believe it or not, this actually the announcement just came out a few hours ago. It was announced just this morning at King Fahd International Stadium that WWE is going to hold the first ever in the history, first ever women's match in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel tomorrow on Halloween. I mean, I'm
That's
really not gonna go down in the card, but it's right now it's scheduled to be Natalia versus Lacey Evans.
first ever, huh? See, here's the thing. WWE, they don't have a track record of doing horrible things. I think they did this out of the kindness of their heart to change the world. I don't think there was any cash switching hands. I don't I don't know. To me, let's try to look on the positive side. They're changing the world. Because here's the thing. Inoki did the same thing with the Koreas at the time, and now they're doing it. So, I don't know. I'm so negative on WWE. You know what? Let's give the motherfuckers a cookie. Way to go, guys. You only sold your soul
Well,
to
I
the
mean,
fucking devil, but you did one good thing. Here it is. Here's your fucking cookie. There you go. Um, it is great because like maybe it gives people hope. Maybe it changes them because like I believe that entertainment does a lot more than any politician could ever do. I believe that you could change the world little by little. I really do believe that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
with
little by little, integration by integration. I mean, think about it. Here over here in my neck of the woods in the United States, for the longest time, it was taboo to have black players and white players playing together on the same field. Even way, way, way back in the early days of baseball, there were these things. People are going to think I'm making this up, but I swear I'm not. There was this thing called the Negro Leagues, where it was only black players. Meanwhile, you had like basically what's Major League Baseball back then only had white players. Well, then Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier and goes starts playing with a black guy playing with white players, and then you see a little bit more and a little bit more, and then it's portrays people in a more positive light. And I'm hoping that they don't have to wait 50 years, but I'm hoping this is a step in the right direction. They were going to do something last time, but it was kind of canceled last minute. There is some hope because I know, and I think it was the United Arab Emirates. Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss tied it up, but they had to wear like modified wrestling tights. It was basically like these full body coverings. The only thing you could see on was basically from the neck up was the only thing you could see on them. So I'm thinking they're going to do something similar on this, and let's just hope it doesn't get canceled like the women's match last time. But a big step in the right direction. But
Dude.
uh, it's
The
the
thing,
only, I guess it's the silver lining on the cloud. I guess is what I'm saying.
yeah, because the whole thing is a horrible situation. Because here's the thing: we've been covering WWE for a while. We've been poking the fucking bear with the stick a lot, and I'm sure there's gonna be other news stories where you poke the bear with the
Mm-hmm.
stick. But it was a cash grab, and it was basically a bunch of annoying assholes being like, "No, this is fucking horrible." Now they're trying to put some positive spin on it. I think if this match gets canceled, it would be fucking disastrous for a PR move. And that's the thing. You ever notice the companies that have the squeaky clean image is are always the worst companies? Like, oh, we're a squeaky
Mm-hmm.
clean company, we're family friendly. They're always the worst companies. I don't know. It's always so funny that, like, I was talking about this with my Japanese friend. The companies that have the image are not the ones that do the walk. Like, look at the NBA compared to South Park. Look, you know what I mean? Look at it. It's always the Disneys. It's always the WWE that's like, oh, I'm squeaky clean. That are just horrible, horrible companies. And I don't know. It's just weird that it's like that because, like, something good has come out of something horrible. But I also think it's like they just have to grab onto any positive PR they can get
Yeah, yeah, they need
because
because I mean they're already catching flack. I mean they caught flack for going over there. I mean they caught flack because I mean Jamal Khashoggi had just been murdered. There was allegations that the Crown Prince may have actually ordered it. You talk about suppression of freedom of speech. Then they go over there and perform for that in front of a segregated crowd. Because now they did change it up a little bit because typically men and women aren't allowed to sit together, but they did change it up to where only families could be, up front, around ringside, and they just kept, throwing money at them, and it's like, well, why are you lending them legitimacy? These are people who are behind on human rights. I mean, women just now, within the past couple of years, have just gotten the right to drive. uh, it's just like, why would you go over there and put a positive spin on this? You need to make them
well,
change their attitude, catch up with the 21st century. And again, I hope this is a step in the right direction. But I'm like you. I'm thinking, you know what? This is the silver lining on the big black cloud looming over WWE.
yeah, and I just want to be. I just want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Intent matters, and intent matters a lot to me. That I really do. I believe that. I always want to, like, know someone's intent. And the thing is, if they were going there with the intent to change the country, to change the world, then it'd be something else. If they went, and I used to say this, I used to be in the military, I used to be infantry. The intent matters for a lot because a lot of times they'd be like, oh, well, America, they care about everyone. No, they don't. The troops will be told to just walk past people. Don't feed those people. Keep going. So it's one of those things like when I was in the military, I remember people being like, well, we're here to help them. Then why aren't we helping everybody? Oh, we're here. And I feel like the intent matters. We're like, I think going there isn't the problem. How they're getting paid, how they're doing it, how they're going
Mm-hmm.
about it, the intent. Because if they went there and then they went on a bunch of other countries and they were just showing entertainment, changing, not, I don't want to say changing for the better, but for lack of words, novelist, I want to say changing for the better or moving in a more open society. Then that would be something else. You know what I mean? If they were like, oh, we're also going to this country, we're going to this country, they're going to this country, but to go to that country and it's more of just a money grab drives me crazy. And plus, the commercials, like Wrestling Ranton's really against this, and I don't know if I'm as against it as he is, but the point that Wrestling Ranton always makes that gets me on his side. Because a lot of times you can hear someone's thoughts and be like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm 100% on your side. It's the commercials. The commercials they run, that's
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, oh yeah, Wrestling Ranton, he hits a home run on that one. I'm on, you know what I mean? Like he won me over in the argument. Because to me, I do believe you should go to other countries. You should meet other people. You should open up borders. I just believe that. But I don't think their intent is to do that. I think their intent is to do a cash grab, and I think their intent for this women's match has nothing to do with changing it. Like, it's more to change the minds of us, the public, and especially the media. You know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
I like, I wish we lived in a world where I can say this is a good thing, but really it's a PR move. And if this match gets canceled, whoo and I wonder how long that contract is. How long is that contract? Because
I
every,
think it's a decade.
yeah, so I don't know. It's,
I think it's a 10-year contract.
wow. Wow. I don't know, man. It's just, it's really tough because, I do believe you should go into other countries and open up borders. I've been to
Hmm.
North Korea, I've been to a lot of different countries, and I do believe governments suck, not people. And there's a huge difference. A lot of people don't believe that. So I do think you should go there. You should entertain them. You should show them, a whole new world. That might be a bit racist, but you should do that. But I don't think that's the intent. I don't think they're good people. And Booms, you've been covering the WWE for a while. Do they have a good track record of having good intent? Booms?
Do they have a good track record of? Well, it just depends. Oh God, I'm trying not to get political. I'm trying not to get
Well,
bogged
let's
down
not
in
go
things.
political. Just go, do you think
Well,
the
well,
intent of WWE is good? I
no.
don't.
I think the intent was money from the get go because they were playing. Saudi Arabia was paying them in like infinity $1 billion to come over there and do shows, and WWE was just like, okay, they took all their money. It's the same thing that happened with the NBA. You know, people they refused to go to North Carolina. They took a stance against the state of North Carolina because they had a controversial bathroom bill that would require people to go to use the corresponding restroom with the gender corresponding to their birth certificate, not what they identified with. And the NBA says, well, that goes against our values. Okay, fair enough. And then you get to the whole China thing with Hong Kong. Somebody, a manager, spoke up in favor of the Hong Kong protesters, and then the NBA cracked down on that. And I'm just like, but what? Oh, because China's giving you money.
Yeah.
Oh, because China. Oh, well, suddenly that changes your fucking tune. Same thing with WWE. Finn Balor, God bless him. Does the whole Balor Club is for everybody. Wars had a little rainbow, FB or whatever on his tights or whatever. And then when he goes over to Saudi Arabia, nope, that rainbow flag ain't popping up anywhere.
Yeah.
Nope, they toned it down. What about the women? Oh well, the women basically don't have rights there, so we're just going to kind of leave the women off the card because that could be insensitive to their culture. And I'm like, fucking hypocrites. So basically, if I give you $11 billion, you'll pretty much do whatever the fuck I want, and you'll find a way to fucking spin it.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, they're just trying to always take the high road. And the NBA, and here's the thing. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. And you know me, Booms. I'm not one to take a stance and not watch stuff too often. I've given up
Mhm.
on pretty much every human being out possible. But it's just my stance. It's my political stance.
I don't know why that was fucking funny. It's just the most Dave thing that you keep saying.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's more of a time thing. I want to do a bunch of stuff. So if there's a reason to cut you out, I will. I'm done watching WWE. I think I'm even done watching NXT, and now I'm done watching NBA. '90s NBA it peaked. It peaked. The '90s NBA was the Samoa Joe headbutt of TNA. Okay, it peaked. The Nets don't
Mhm.
exist in fucking New Jersey anymore. Bullshit. And now the China thing. And here's the thing. I am not pro China. I am not anti China. I own companies in China and I have best friends in China. I have best friends in Hong Kong. It's one of those sticky situations where I'm like, I think they should be free. I'm not going to suck China's woo woo like the NBA did. But, and once again, people are good. Governments are bad. That's the point I want to stress. But with that said, I was so disappointed. Not that they stuck by China's side, but that they were such cowards about it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, it's like, what? And like, people are like, oh, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it's the thing is, like, you gave them so much power. Like, Google. Google's a bunch of cowards. Hence why we're on Twitch, and hence why we'll probably be eliminated from YouTube. Google is cowards. Google solves all the problems for having courage for 1 year. The NBA solves all its problems by just having courage. They don't have it. They're weak, and I'm done. There's no New Jersey Nets. There's no 90s basketball. The Raptors are the fucking champs, and there's not even one goddamn purple uniform in sight. I'm done. I'm done. I'm washing my hands of it. And the thing is, like, I don't have a stance on China. I think Hong Kong should be free. I think Chinese people are fucking great. You know, I don't want to say I'm wishy washy. I just don't give a fuck. But to go on national television and suck that much wang, hey, dude, I understand if you want to suck wang. I'm here. Hey, dude, I'll support you. Go get married. You piss in any bathroom. I don't give a fuck at the highest level. But, dude, that was embarrassing. And then same thing with the WWE. It's like, thank God for the AEW, NWA, Major League Wrestling, New Japan. You know, I don't know why I'm adding the too much. But still, you know. So overall, I think it's one small thing they're trying to make into a big thing
Hmm.
of just horrible human beings. You know, it's just like I did it. It's like I don't know. It's like doing 800 horrible things, and by accident you did one good thing. So who knows? Let's just focus on the good. I'm glad. Just hopefully this match doesn't get canceled. But yeah, that's my view on it, Booms. I don't know if that's a politically correct view or any type of view, but it's my view. Booms, hot
Hmm.
tag to you. Wrap it up and let's hit the next story, brother.
Yeah. So, but I do hope that it is a step in changing something culturally with that country, and maybe. Oh, I mean, I know it's just wishful thinking. I mean, we're trying to get a sexual world to be, I guess, progressive as we are, and I think that's a very large order. But it's it's maybe it's a small step. Maybe it's the first step. It may take another generation or two for everything to come full circle, but maybe this is a good first. I do want to shift gears to something a little bit closer to home, and I'm trying not to bang on the anti WWE drum when
It's
something like
hard not to
this
do that though.
this
Let's be
big kind of
honest.
happens. But when they do this crap to themselves, I mean, we kind of have to talk about it. Have you heard about this Jordan Miles T-shirt controversy?
I have. I watched a news clip. I saw the tweets and all that stuff. Saw Wrestling Renton's video on it. It just every
You
level
know,
of stupidity. But here's the thing,
oh,
WWE,
oh my
every level
God,
of stupidity.
oh yeah,
Ace
definitely stupid.
ACH, thank you for having balls. That's it. He just finally, there's finally a guy that's like, this is bullshit. So I'm always been a big fan of ACH. I don't know him personally. I don't know much about his character, but the fact that he's fighting this when most people would be quiet, it speaks volumes.
Hmm. Okay, and I'll just kind of try to recap it here. Is that it started out with a tweet. Really, came in about 11:30 on Saturday night. Jordan Miles had sent out a tweet saying they'll regret making this. He was voicing upset about the first T-shirt for him created for him. Is if you haven't seen it, it's a black T-shirt with a red, I guess, smile, a red, like almost, it's like a red shape, and like the shape of like a mouth smiling. In instead of teeth, it's got Jordan Miles. And when you look at it, it bears a striking resemblance to something out of a minstrel show where white performers wore blackface. And Jordan Miles, the former ACH, was very, very upset with this. He sent out another tweet about 6 hours later on Sunday saying, I will keep posting this till my voice is heard. I'm not sorry for anything I say or do. Representation is important. If this is Vince McMahon and Triple H's vision of me, then this is a slap in the face to every African American performer, fan, and supporter. And then it got worse. It got much worse.
See, here's the thing.
Oh,
So many. Go on, Booms. I'll cut you
yeah,
off later. Go ahead.
real quick. He WWE fired back, and they put it on him because they said, and I'm quoting here: Albert Hardy Jr., also known as Jordan Myles, approved this T-shirt for sale. As always, we work collaboratively with all our performers to develop logos and merchandise designs and get their input and approval before proceeding. This was the same process with Albert, and we responded swiftly once he later requested that the logo and T-shirt be redesigned. No T-shirts were sold.
All right, first off, that's a straight up lie. They do not fucking ask. Dude, no. As a guy that used to work closely with pro wrestlers, they do not. That is a lie. I mean, you can go up to a show and hand someone a T-shirt, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I didn't fucking know this was out." So that's a lie. Second off, let's just pretend it's the truth. Let's pretend fucking ACH fucking agreed to it. Let's just pretend. First off, every step of the way, how did you not be like, oh, this is fucking wrong? And second, every step of the way, how do you just not say sorry? You know, I live in Japan. I work in multiple countries. I've been to over 30 countries. You know, if I fucking make a big mistake like this, I just fucking apologize. Like, even there, what's wrong with saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know," but to double down on your ground, that's insane. It's
Yeah,
insane.
in my opinion, their response is what WWE's response is what made things worse. You know, I think whoever wrote this response from WWE, and I guarantee a lawyer had something to do with it, they need to be drug out to the street and shot because this is exactly what you don't do when crap like this happens. I studied public relations in college. I've got a minor in public relations, and I haven't done anything with it since I graduated college. But even I know that that's not the way you handle that.
Yeah.
That is not what should have been done is they should, what they did was immediately pull it down, apologize, they're like, look, this was, you know, this shirt came out. Our talent found it offensive. We wholeheartedly apologize. This was not our intention. We were sorry that this was overlooked. We're going to be working more closely with him in the future to get him a T-shirt or logo design that better represents him, that he's completely happy with. And we apologize for the error. Basically, you don't necessarily admit blame, but you kind of take it on the chin and just be like, look, this was a screw up, and we're taking steps to ensure that this never happens again.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
there's
but
nothing wrong.
instead they threw it back at him,
Yeah,
and it made things worse.
yeah, it was god awful. So, and I know there's like the whole outrage marketing stuff, which I don't know, it's just fucking stupid. But I don't understand. I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, I mean, let's just say, let's take the WWE side. Let's
Mm-hmm.
say you made the shirt and you're just like, oh, this is a great color scheme. Oh, this is a great design, and you don't fucking realize how horrible it is. Like how do we get there? I don't know. Like every step of the way, taking WWE side of the story just has to make you fucking laugh. You know what I mean? So let's
Mm-hmm.
just say you don't know fucking shit because like there's cultures. If you drop this off in the middle of a certain country that we don't know, there would be fucking shit we fuck up. It's just fucking human. But they're in America. That's an American offensive thing. Okay. How do you not fucking know? But let's just say, like, holy
Mm-hmm.
fuck, I can't believe it. KocoSports does have 3Ks and a white hood. What were we thinking? Let's just let's just say let's just say they how naive does that have to be? Then asking the athlete's permission. Let's just say he fucking slipped up, didn't pay attention. Fuck it, I trust you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
then when you got to here, just be like, oh fuck, I fucked up. I don't know. I can't believe that they fucking doubled down, and I can't believe they thought it was a good idea. Because like even let's say it was gray and it was square. What the fuck are you thinking trying to sell that T-shirt? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
okay, the design is god awful. It's the most obvious fucking racist thing in the fucking world if you're coming from the American culture, and probably more, but just
Hmm.
I don't. There's no fucking excuse for this. They are fucking horrible human beings. Like I'm trying. Booms, do you want to try to fucking defend them? Like we're trying to be fucking play devil's advocate here, but every step of the way. Because here's the thing: everyone's made it. I'm like my biggest that I know of. I'm probably make fucking ohs every day. But my biggest ever, which I didn't understand as a kid, is I dressed up as Mike Tyson. I didn't have blackface, but I wore the Mike Tyson mask, and everyone thought it was hilarious because I was Mike Tyson in jail with the Mike Tyson code. And then when I unmasked, no one thought it was fucking funny anymore, and I went to the principal's thing and got suspended. But I was hell, I don't know. I was less than a teenager. I was probably 8, 10 years old. So I'm like, oh
Hmm.
fuck, that is kind of fucked up. All right, I understand, but like, I'm not a giant corporation making T-shirts during my and it's I don't know. I They're fucking idiots. I mean, this is the this is the best case scenario I can think of. They wanted shock fucking culture to be like, oh my god, look at them. By the way, they definitely don't need that marketing right now. Some companies, whatever. This company does not need it, especially if they're trying to be goody two shoes. And let's just say ACH fucked them, and they're like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna get over. This is how I'm getting over. Fucking idiots. Either way, you still fucking just take it on the chin. You're like, all right, fuck it. you know, make a new
Hmm.
T-shirt. I mean, they sold zero. I don't know.
You know, and I think had WWE immediately just put their PR team on it and just handled it, I think things would have been a little bit better. But after they threw it back at, Jordan Myles, Myles then had to respond to the allegation, to the claims from WWE that he approved the T-shirt. And then, so which he responded in tweets saying, quote, when I originally saw the design, I was uncomfortable. Rather than addressing the issue, I decided to counteroffer with another. Baker Landon lied to my face. He said Triple H wanted this design, so my hands were tied. I spoke with Triple H in person, and his impression was I approved.
Ah, fuck.
Oh my God. You know, WWE is like a multi-billion-dollar company, and their PR is fucking shit. Because now you've got it to where they accused an employee of lying to their face. He felt like he couldn't speak out, and then it's just like, and then it gets worse, and then it gets worse. You're thinking, how could this get worse? Well, Jordan Miles responds again in all caps this time. The whole WWE system is fraud. They created this system where you can't trust anyone. You grow
That's a
cold
fucking
and you grow
100%.
apart from what you love the most. The fact that Hulk Hogan is still employed after giving the locker room an apology for being caught says enough.
Well, I don't know. See, this is where I fucking draw a line. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. He's a piece of shit, but should he be out of work? I don't know. I don't know. But this T-shirt thing, yeah, 100 fucking percent. And I'm not a Hulkamaniac. I'm not a Hulk Hogan supporter. It's just when do you have to forgive someone for mistakes and how many mistakes, But that's a whole nother fucking can of worms that we're opening up.
Hmm.
But the T-shirt thing, no, fuck that. That's stupid as fuck. And I hate Hulk Hogan. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I hate him. I'm trying to put a positive spin on Hulkster, but there is none.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Um, I don't know. We should educate and forgive people, but it looks like they're just like doubling down on this and tripling down, and yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know what to say except it's fucking dumb. And WWE has a tremendous track record of just being horrible.
I mean, this is a huge public relations problem. I mean, first of all, they've already caught a lot of crap this year for going over to Saudi Arabia. They're doing another show there like tomorrow. And then on top of that, they've got a African American athlete that felt like somebody made like a racially charged merchandise to sell, for him as representation for him. And instead of trying to, get ahead of it, own it, take care of the problem, assure the public, that we're going to take steps to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. We apologize. No, they throw it back at them, and then it gets even fucking worse. And I mean, that's two whammies against WWE within a 7-day period.
Well, and I know that, but like, just in case you're a conspiracy theorist, maybe they're fucking doing this to make us sure. But like, you know, let's just pretend it's fucking outrage culture. Pretend they're doing this to keep the ideas eyeballs off, the Middle
Hmm.
Eastern show. Maybe they're doing the eyeballs to like, hey, look, this guy fucking exists. Maybe it's a fucking shoot storyline. I just don't. Your product fucking sucks, and you're making mistake after fucking mistake. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know,
and to
man.
me, and I just think it really set Miles off because I mean he's just I mean it's like the straw that broke the camel's back because it's like once he started going he couldn't stop. Now he's deleted some he's deleted some videos that saying that WWE doesn't care about black people. He's deleted tweets that that called out Ring of Honor. He just said fuck ROH2. They only allowed one African American champion to be the top guy, while guys like Cedric Alexander and Malcolm Valley and myself had to chase this visible carrot stick. Name another African American who was reached great heights other than this Uncle Tom. He called Jay Lethal Uncle Tom. My
Oh, poor
God.
Jay Lethal. Um,
Whew.
here's the thing, and I've said this a zillion fucking times. You know how you get rid of it? The talent that connects with the crowd is your champion,
Mhm.
heel or face. That's who you should push. Period. End of fucking story. But when you have an old man who's set in his ways, proving people wrong, handpicking people, you can't. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's just entertainment. Yeah, but so is fucking Marvel. You don't think they're going away from Captain Marvel towards Spider Man? You don't
Mhm.
think, they're going away from who the fuck did the not J.J. Abrams, who did the one in the sandwich? Who's the one in the middle? In Star Wars, the
Oh,
director.
Rain Johnson.
Yeah, you don't think they're fading him out? You know what I mean? Like people make mistakes and they fade it out.
Hmm.
It's just Vince. Like he just doubles and triples down on his mistakes. Watch the XFL this winter. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish they were a more adjustable company. But if they were a more adjustable company, it would be a more enjoyable company. And you know that's why. Yeah, I personally I think I'm done. Like, and the thing is, I'm a big fan of having one last go. I've was never a WWE guy, and I think because I love Tampa Bay and WrestleMania, even though I was a NWA, WCW, ECW, anyone but WWE alternative. I've always been the alternative guy. I think at the very end, you know what I mean? At the
Hmm.
very end, I think WrestleMania, I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch anything up to WrestleMania, and I think that's my swan song. I think I'm gonna watch him at Raymond James. I don't know if I'm going live. Probably not. It's not gonna be good. I think I'm done watching WWE, and I don't even think I'm gonna watch NXT anymore. You know what I mean? I don't
Hmm.
think I'm gonna watch NXT anymore because, like, why? They're just gonna go up to that fucking shit ass company. AEW's here, New Japan's here, NWA's here, and it's one of those things. It's not even that it, because like we were young, we were dumb a couple years ago, and we would review every WWE. We're like, once John Cena leaves, it will be fixed. And you know what? It's just never going to be fixed. There'll always be the next John Cena. They'll always, you know what I mean? And even NXT, it's amazing, but really, where are they going to go? Like right now, Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, they're amazing. Where are they going to go? It's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I'm getting closer to like retirement or at least planning to retire. I just value my time. I'd rather be streaming NHL. That's my thing. I just watch it. Like I enjoy AEW. I enjoy NWA, even though they're two different products. I enjoy New Japan. I think I'm gonna walk away from WWE for good. I'm gonna watch one more event. And that's it. It's
You
a nice
know,
good finish.
this is actually going to kind of transition into the last topic that we talk about Wednesday Night Wars, but NXT has really not been that bad. It's actually been pretty good. Them competing with AEW, I absolutely love it.
I don't know. I just think I love NXT booms, and and I love Finn Balor, and I love what it's done. But it feels like it's going nowhere. You know what I mean? And I feel
Hmm.
like if you love what you call Work Rate Wednesday, just support AEW. You know, they might not be the best company. I didn't like how they booked Kenny Omega off the start, but they kind of fixed that. Don't like the fact that a lot of the WWE guys are getting pushed, but business wise, it makes sense. I don't. Jr. has really improved, and Boom Boom. You know the history
You
of me and
know,
Jr. So
yeah, I think him being paired up with Excalibur has really helped, and even Tony Schiavone, because Schiavone is somebody that JR is comfortable working with, and then you've got Excalibur, who's more familiar with the indie guys, their indie work, and then he's kind of he's able to handle the whole. This is why this guy does. This is what he's all about. It really helps get JR up to speed with everything, and of course you got JR with the old school mentality. So I mean, I think it's a good balance.
I love that Jr. has to put over Awesome Kong. It's my favorite thing in life. Like nothing is better than that. Oh man, but yeah, I really enjoy AEW, and I think when this group, because right now I think outside of WWE, it's been the best for alternatives in a really long time. I think when this group of alternatives are done, like if they've run their course and Vince buys them all, I think that's it. I think it's time to tip my hat and walk away. But
Hmm.
yeah, overall, I really enjoy it. I think I'm gonna be done NXT. I don't know, Booms. Am I wrong for thinking that? Like I used to, me. Like even when I
Hmm.
didn't watch pro res, I was always a month behind on NXT. Even I was like, oh man, I think I'm done. Just where the fuck is it gonna go? Time is valuable. AEW. I'm team AEW. I'm a team alternative. Booms. I'm gonna watch WrestleMania in Tampa. Probably not live because I don't know. Maybe I'll go visit some fucking friends. That's the next event, and it will be my last event. It's my swan song. Booms. I'm gonna be an alternative guy from now on. It's not gonna help with the channel. You're like, thanks, Booms. Booms is like, thanks, but that's
Yeah,
it.
thanks, appreciate
I don't know.
it.
What are your thoughts on it? Hot tag, brother. I've been talking for a while.
On both of them, like AEW's the shiny new toy. I think they've got a great presentation. I like the win losses, that they matter, that they keep track of it. I think that they're trying to do fresh, new, and exciting things. Remember when SCU got ambushed by the Lucha Bros, and then Scorpio Sky had to fill in. That was a good turn. The whole Darby Allen coming down on the skateboard. I like the fact that they started out a show with a match. They're trying to keep things different, trying to keep it fresh. Uh, they keep things fast paced, so it's not like some of the WWE shows, which is just a show that happens to have wrestling on it. This is a wrestling show that just has some kind of stuff that's sprinkled out to kind of advance things and get people over. NXT is still pretty good. I really feel like since they've gone live on the 2 hours, they have stepped their game up. I think one thing that's hurting them right now is presentation, because one of the things that I feel like hurts them from a production standpoint, is the color black. Why? Because, well, two of NXT's colors are yellow and black. So you've already got a small enclosed area that's already dark. Now you got black on the security railing. You got black on the apron. You got black on the canvas. You have most of these wrestlers come out. What is their color they're wearing on their tights? Black. What color is their boots? Black. And just, I think it's just a very, very dark presentation. I think if they would just change up little bitty things to kind of brighten up the building, it would have a little bit better appeal. But it's just coming to you almost from like inside of a black hole. And I think that's one thing that would really help. Also, I think pacing is a problem with them. I work as a producer, and one of the things you have to control is your flow. You can't have things feel disjointed. You know you can't have one part, like you can't do, like when I do news, you can't have like crime, then Girl Scouts selling cookies, then go to politician arrested for embezzlement, then to construction work going on downtown, then national news, then a water skiing squirrel. I mean, it's just too jarring. I feel like WWE or NXT particularly needs to work on their flow. They need to have it just one segment flow into the next. Know when to put in the backstage interviews. Know when to put in, the how long a match needs to go. What type of match. You don't want to do two tag team matches back to back. You don't want to do two women's matches back to back. You don't want to do two squash matches back to back. I think they need to kind of work on the flow a little bit, because not necessarily anything wrong with what they're doing. I just think it has to do with more like production elements.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's all great points. I just want to give AEW another compliment. Um, I don't know if television does this, because I live in Japan and I don't see many commercials. Either illegally downloading it or paying for a service that cuts the commercials out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I like the fact that when they go to commercial, they keep the match on the side. I don't know if that's a
Oh yeah,
thing they
the
do
picture in
often.
picture.
Yeah, I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a thing that's done. I'm actually kind of surprised they're doing it because I know sometimes, not all cases, it just depends on who you're dealing with. That sometimes advertisers don't like that. And this is where I'm getting super nerdy here, but when you do picture in picture, you have like the commercial over here on this side of the screen, followed by the action, what's going on a smaller screen right here next to it. Well, the reason advertisers may hate that is because they're worried that their audience, instead of watching here the commercial, they're watching the action right here. Thus, basically they're kind of wasting their money. They're spending money for a commercial. And I'm not complaining. I mean, I like the fact that they have it so you can see what's going on during during that commercial break, so you don't miss anything. You know how the bad guy has finally got the good guy down. He's working him in a rest hold, or they don't have to go to a rest hold for 2 minutes till the commercial break goes by. Uh, so both shows are doing that, and I love that. More attention to the fan. So from a TV perspective, I'm surprised they're doing it, but from a fan perspective, I love the fact that they're doing it.
So yeah, and I'm gonna be the opposite. I think you're an idiot if you're a company and don't want that. I would actually pay for those ads before regular ads. Here's the thing: picture in picture. You're watching TV, picture in picture. You don't walk away. Yours is bigger. Yours is louder. If there's no picture in picture, I'm taking a piss. I'm checking Twitter. I'm walking around. Oh shit! Like even today, I was watching the Lightning Rangers game. Let's not talk about the results. Let's not talk about the results. And Bear Friend's like, "Oh, can you clean this section up?" Yeah, I'll do it on commercial break. Every time there's a commercial break, walked go do what Bear Friend wanted me to do and came back. If it was picture in picture, I'm like, "Yo, Bear Friend, shit's not going down." So I disagree, and not only that, but then all the people that pirate it, they're not going to edit out your commercials. So I just think people in advertising are old.
That is true. I did watch, I think, an edition of NXT via Internet Magic one time, and there was a segment where they went picture in picture, and they didn't cut it out of that version.
Yeah.
So I believe you.
So I would like, I used to, when I was a wrestling promoter, I used to play ads on local cable. I would definitely do picture in picture instantly. I'd be like, yeah, especially dude, especially with all those old people being like, wow, fucking a picture in picture, I'm not gonna pay as much. I'd be like, yeah, right, fuck yeah, deal. I'll be like, call me the king of picture in picture. There you go. So yeah, but yeah, I'm just, you know what, Booms, I know you're dragging me back. I know you want me to be here, and I love you, brother, and I do miss this. I'm just not going to be a WWE guy. Well, I'll still talk news, but I think WrestleMania is it's my last hurrah.
That's fine. I mean, you can. I mean, there's still AEW. I mean, that's doing well. Um, NWA, their power show. It's a little cheesy, a little hokey, but
I like
it's
it because
growing
it's
on me.
different. I
I
really
like
like it a
it.
lot because it's different.
MLW stepping their game up. They just hired Krista Joseph
I
from
know.
Lucha Underground as a producer for them.
First off, I love
Impact just
MLW. I love MLW and
yeah
I love him. This is fucking great news. Go on.
yeah. Impact just jumped over to Access. They had their first show, which I missed because I was just too damn tired and had to go to bed last night. Women of Wrestling is very throwback to the 80s, very cheesy. So if you like stuff like that, I mean, there's plenty of other alternatives out there to watch.
And know what I like about the alternatives right now? Granted, I don't watch them all. Out of all the alternatives I like right now, if you turn on a channel, it looks different. Uh, NWA looks different than New Japan. New Japan looks different than AEW. You know what I mean? Where if you,
Hmm.
WWE, it's the same. Like WWE Raw. I don't know. I haven't watched it. I imagine it's entertainment. SmackDown. I haven't watched it, but I imagine it's entertainment with an athlete every now and then. And NXT is like, we're entertainment, but sometimes we let our guys try. Like that's the only difference. I'm done. I'm tapping out. I'm officially gonna stop watching WWE except for WrestleMania in Tampa because I think you should have a swan song. You know what I mean? I'm a little romantic. I feel like you should have one last date. I think you should, And one last hurrah. I'm a little bit of a romance. So yeah. And I've never been a WWE guy. That's why one thing that I really hate, Booms, is people that are like, well, Vince McMahon gave you your childhood. Like, no, that motherfucker keeps murdering my childhood. He didn't give me a childhood. So, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Anything else you want to bring up, Booms, before let's go? I'm hoping this worked out great because on my end,
Yeah,
it
I'm
looked pretty
about
good.
to. I'm about to. Yeah, we're about to wrap this up. But you need to get. We need to give shout outs to Pancake Drago and Brian Kister. Watching right now in the chat room, they want to just say hey, and they want to. And they're asking you about hockey.
Yes. My dreams have come true. I'll stream hockey if you guys stay up. I'll go 10-15 minutes. Booms. Look how sad defeated Booms is. Hockey AM is coming. I did 4 hours earlier. I'll do it again. If you guys want to watch me, I'll do hockey. But here's the thing. I really enjoy podcasting. I really enjoy pro wrestling. It's just WWE is not for me anymore, man. And it's got one of those things where like I literally have no hope. There's zero hope. Booms, on your hope scale, where do you put it as WWE will be good one day? And poor Eric Bischoff. I know he put a positive spin on his podcast, but that poor bastard. Go on.
I don't have a lot of hope for him, at least not until Vince McMahon completely divorces himself from the company.
I don't think. I think there's no hope even then. I think it's dead. I think it will always be horrible. Like I see no shining. I don't know. Maybe I'm too negative. All right, hockey coming soon to Twitch. This will be archived on YouTube, KocoSports. Booms.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on. One more thing I gotta promote. We started a cartoon channel, Awkward in Japan. Check it out. It's me and my
Yeah, I've
friend are
only
working
seen
on
the
it.
2 episodes you've got. You need to, crank out some more.
Well, the thing is, I think we will be cranking out more. We're actually learning how to do stuff as we're making it. So, like, yeah, the second episode was so easy to make, but we think like once we have the animations done, the in the future it will be done. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like a learning and doing at the same time project. Same thing as Twitch. And sorry, I want to apologize to you, Boom, and the audience. I was a bit twitchy, because I wasn't sure if this was working or not. Like, I was like, oh my god, is it working? Is it not working? So if I seem
Mhm.
twitchier than normal, and that's a lot of twitch, um, there you go.
All right,
Booms.
well, I got to go, man.
All right, Booms. You got anything to plug or say before we head
Yep.
out?
No, I got to wrap it up like right now. I appreciate it, boss.
All right, no problem. Love you, brother. All right,
Thanks.
let's see the most awkward transition. There we go. All right. Hey, I'll watch if they gonna get out. I'll watch it. It's on when I get out, which is I don't know. He's listening to us. Oh yeah, the lightning lost. Son of a bitch. But why? You should do another stream at like 4 a.m. Japan time. Possibility, brother. Possibility, pancake. There we go. All right, Booms. Thank you for everything. With
Mhm.
that, let's do the ending screen. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube KocoSports page. And yeah, with that, I am over. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Hey, ba-dum bum bum